Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Whose idea was this? Who turned off the heat? I thought I arrived in Florida. Holy mackerel. It's so cold that I just got on the road 10 minutes ago. The battery in the phone's dead. The battery in the camper was dead. Couldn't get the slides in. Couldn't turn the heater pump on. Couldn't turn the water pump on to wash my face and hands. Couldn't do anything. Dead in the water. But we always got the good girl here. So remotely, I can start the Ford on my phone. And it actually is better than a key fob because I can start the Ford from anywhere. I mean, anywhere. Inside Walmart, I say, oh, did I lock the doors? I can lock them. I don't have to be up, with the key fob. And I can start the truck. And starting the truck, the plug that gives me my taillights provides power to the camper, as well as the battery up on the front of the camper outside. Problem is, hang on. I got a large Colombian coffee with half and half at Love's this morning, and that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. So I go to pull the slides in, I go to turn the water pump on, I go to turn the blower on to the furnace to take the chill off. Everything I go to do, it was not doing. It was saying, This unit is dead in the water with the slides hanging out, and that's the end of it. So fortunately, like I say, I grab my phone, start the truck, but no power. I don't know if you know this, but some of you guys out there might know. Until you turn the key ignition on with the key, you can start that motor, but it doesn't allow any other accessory to work. There's some kind of a block, and then when you get in here with the key and actually turn the key on, then it allows the trailer lights and the other accessories to become hot. Well, as soon as I did that, the 250 amp alternator and brand new battery, which is not lithium, we'll talk about that too, from Ford, powered up the camper. So I pushed the slide buttons, and in they came, smooth as silk, like they're supposed to. Put everything away, folded up the bed, and put all the stuff that in the bathroom in the sink. My whole ritual. Locked down the lagoon tables, and I pretty much took the ironing board off the back of the door. I got this routine down. Then I get in the truck and I drive it over to the gas pump to fill it up, only to find out with my 10 cents off, it was $2.99.9. $3. That's the most expensive gas I've bought on the entire trip. Welcome to Florida. Well, at least I got the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. So I'm heading to the villages. I'm going to have to get cleaned up a little bit better. I'm trying to make some videos up there. I got to go right by them. So I'm going to the villages. I might be there a night, 2 nights, 2 weeks. Who knows? Nah. I might spend the night though. We'll see. I'll be there this morning. I'm not too far from it. Well, let's talk about lithium batteries. Let's talk about the pros and the cons. And should you buy a lithium battery for your RV? Okay, batteries. You got a lead acid battery that kind of like goes in your car. They're expensive, but not that expensive. And they have so many watts. They have so much power to them. Cranking amps and all that for your car. And then you have the same kind of battery, but it's designed for a marine source, RV and marine. But they're the same chemistry. And whatever power cranking amps or watts, watt hours it says it has, which is generally 100 amp hours, you really only got 50. Because see, with a lead acid battery, your standard battery's been around 100 years, you can only go down about halfway on them and they die. And if you try to discharge them beyond the halfway point, you can damage them, the lead acid battery. So 100 amp hour lead acid battery is really 50. That's generally why you get two on an RV, because there are two 100 amp hour batteries, which is really only like 100, because after you run them halfway down, you can damage them and they're pretty much dead. So, but they can work in snow and ice. I mean, nothing affects them until you use half of it. So, lithium comes along, and lithium is, it's way lighter. Two lead acid batteries on the front of your camper weighs a ton. With your propane bottle and all that, you got a lot of tongue weight. So that's one advantage to the lithium. Also, you only have to put one on there. One 100 amp hour lithium battery will give you 100 amp hours. And it will give you full power down to that last amp hour and then die. So these are all pros. The cons on the lead acid, of course, was after it gets halfway down, and if you go below that too many times, they're toast. So you have to monitor them. And you have a little battery gauge in your RV that'll start showing green, then amber, then red, when they're dead. With the lithium, my battery gauge shows full charge and then nothing because it has a full charge until its last bit, and then it just goes out. So you really have no way of monitoring how much, is left, because it's all left until it's all gone. So it's kind of a pro-con. Another pro on the lithium is you can die it, you can kill it. You can kill it dead as heck, and it doesn't hurt it, and you can recharge it, and they recharge quickly. Hundreds, maybe thousands of times, and it does not risk any damage at all due to the chemistry. So they're light in weight, they're good all the way to the end, they don't slow down, and you can kill them and recharge them many, many times. One of the biggest cons of a lithium battery, isn't this interesting, is something I thought I would never encounter because of where I live and where I thought I would ever go. Lithium batteries and cold weather do not mix. They have what they call BMS, Battery Monitoring System. And it's designed in the 30-degree range. They talk about 32, but it was 36 this morning and these batteries were dead. They won't charge in cold weather. They don't like it. I don't like it. They must be from Florida because they become inoperative in responding to charging or anything. The battery management system shuts them off. They just, people put blankets around them, electric warming deals that have lithium batteries up in the north. They do all these things to keep those batteries warm. So, I found out. Now, I'm watching Grit TV last night. it was cold. I had the furnace going, and it was bumping off and on pretty regularly because it was quite chilly outside, in the 30s where I was at. And that blower takes battery. I'm watching TV, that's 12 volt, that's pulling on the battery. And the refrigerator is running and all the other things. Which reminds me, my refrigerator wasn't on this morning, and I got meat in there. But it was colder outside than it was inside. I guess it's all right. It's on now. So I go to turn the app on my phone that I can operate my slides and turn the lights on. I can do everything on my phone with the truck and the camper. Technology today, baby. Well, it wasn't responding. It wasn't even coming on. It wouldn't even Bluetooth connect. Everything was dead. Until I started the old girl. Yeah, the Super Crusher. She came to the rescue. And I'll tell you, the big rescue was sitting in the back of the truck there, if I ever did need her. And that's that Predator 5000 generator. All I had to do was fire that baby up, pull that big 30 amp cord out, which is already plugged into the generator, just go yank it over to the side of the RV and stick it in the hole, and she'd have powered up. But the Crusher, her 250 amp alternator and her good battery provided everything I needed with the engine running, with the key on, to pull the slides in and throwing charge to her right now. A slow charge, but a charge nonetheless. And the solar is operating, which means, that just reminded me, the solar controller, I think when the battery goes completely dead, has to be reset. So it's probably not working. I need to, on my next stop, not to forget. Don't let me forget. Turn my solar on. So anyway, that's the story. And I never expected to be in 30-something degrees. And, using it hard last night, watching TV till late, and acting like power is unlimited. It wasn't. This is where there's a certain advantage in paying for an official RV spot where you can plug in. You have silent power, but you have full power. Never lacking anything. You're not using any batteries or anything. You're just plugged into the shore power. Or a generator. If you can keep it running, or you're allowed to run it, you got enough fuel for it to keep it going. The battery is your last resort of power, and it's limited. No air conditioning, no microwave, none of that stuff you're going to be able to power. You're just going to be able to use your TV if you have a fancy RV like me with a 12-volt battery TV that doesn't require 110, or you have an inverter. But that's my story. And I'm just going to turn that solar on, and I'm going to get down here to where I need to go near the villages. I'm going to get cleaned up. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get a shower. And then I'm going to get the camera going. I got to end this video right now because the phone's about dead. I put it on the charger. But I got the best spot at a Love's last night, right on the end. I was there early. Every spot was open. I had my choice. I took the end where I put the slides out. Let me tell you real quick what happened. I've learned that I only need to put them out like a foot, so I can go anywhere now and really put them out so I can pass through the RV easy enough, and I can get in the bed, and the foot of the bed is out from under that closet. But when these slides come out, there's a big rubber wide gasket, like that wide, that pops in and out of the slide. When it slides in, you can hear them pulling themselves in and flopping inside, and they seal, pointing in this way, like a wiper blade. And then when the slides go out, they slowly, all the way around, not all at one time, start working their way out, and they're out this way and seal and lay up against the side wall of the slide that's protruding outside the camper. And it provides like a gasket, a sealant. Keeps bugs out, the temperature out. So while I only need a foot of it to go out to be able to get through the RV, it didn't put the gasket all the way out. So the gasket was kind of curled with all these. I mean, I could see daylight. I could see right out in the parking lot between the slides in the bedroom. And so anything that was flying around out there could come in. There wasn't anything. I think it's too cold for them. But the air was coming in, and my furnace kept running and shut off and come right back on. I'm like, why? Why isn't this RV, I know it's not the best insulated thing in the world, like a house, but it usually stays warmer before it needs to come on again. Then I discovered, it's like having the heater on with the door open. So I went ahead and pushed them all the way out because I could. That side that nobody was going to park next to me was a football field. I mean, it was a huge area that no one was going to come anywhere close to me. I wasn't going to impede on anybody. So I just pushed the button and threw them out there. And of course, I was snug as a bug. The heater worked just great until the batteries went dead. I woke up this morning and I'm trying to take the chill off, turn the water pump on to use the restroom and brush my teeth and do different things, and I had nothing. Roughing it, baby. I might as well put a tent out there. But we're all good now, and now I know what to do and what not to do. The guy next to me this morning that was 2 spaces over, he had a little Mercedes Class C. It was in between a B and a C, probably called a Super B. It was a Mercedes chassis. And he had a little inboard generator, very quiet. He turned that on, making his coffee or whatever he was doing. And I'm like, oh, show off. You just push a button inside yours and your generator is built on board. I got to go pull my tonneau cover back. I can start it with a key fob. I do have that. And I got to drop the tailgate down so carbon monoxide doesn't bounce off the tailgate and shut it off, which will happen. And then I got to grab the 30 amp cord, the big long black cord, drag it off the truck, go around to the back side of the camper and plug it in. This guy never got out of bed. He just pushed a button. Coffee was on. I almost knocked on his door and asked him, could you spare a cup? But anyway, it's all fun. It's all a learning experience. Right away, I'm thinking, okay, where's that bar at that they give you that you got to crank the slides in manually? You know, they got one of those in the event. And I also got one that goes on the top of the tongue jack that takes it off the ball of the bumper of my truck. But I guarantee you that one would be very tough because of the weight distribution hitch. Yeah, that one would be a doozy. So at least I know that the crusher is an additional power source, and I will never leave home, ever, without plenty of gas in a gas can and that 5,000 watt Predator laying in the back of this truck to give me basically all the power I need. So I'm good. But it was a little inconvenient this morning. I was like, come on. I got to go outside in the cold. I got to actually turn the key on in the truck. Starting it remotely wasn't good enough. All that does is start the engine and get it warmed up, which is cool. I can lock the doors. I can check the tire pressure. It's a Ford app that works with the satellites. And what the salesman told me was, let's say you use your key fob, you lock your door, and you get inside Walmart, and you think, oh, did I lock them or not? I forgot. You can just use that one, slide it over and lock them, and you don't have to come back outside and get close to your truck or look at it, make sure the lights blink, because it confirms it on the phone too. So pretty cool. I like that. Well, that's all I got. I'm going to charge my phone now, get on down the road. It could be the last day before arriving home, but I might end up staying in the villages here for a little bit and getting some videos and some knowledge about it, and visiting my good friend JJ and Bev. Crush it!